This has to be one of the biggest mysteries in all of Pokemon. How did this NPC get a gym badge with just a level 8 Psyduck? Pokemon NPCs on the surface are just tools used to offer advice to players on their journey. They are only ever seen taking a few steps every few seconds and saying the most random and useless things. But once you start doing some digging, you'll find a lot of surprising and outright unbelievable lore behind these somewhat meaningless characters. I'm Justin, and I've researched every NPC in the main series Pokemon games, and these are my favorites. So if you enjoy this video, consider subscribing to show the algorithm you enjoy this type of content, and with that out of the way, let's get right into it. This is last Madeline, and in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, she has a level 5 Starly and a level 5 Bidoof, and in Platinum, she has a level 8 Psyduck. You encounter her just before entering the Orenburg Mines, and right before you battle her, she says, "I got a nifty Keen gym badge from the gym leader in Orenburg City." Huh? So you're telling me that you beat Rourke with this team? Even with the type advantage in Platinum, it's a 1 in a million chance of even winning that battle, and that's being generous. Psyduck at level 8 doesn't know any water type moves, and this early in the game, it is impossible to get any meaningful TMs. It can learn Cross Chop and Mud Bomb, two super effective moves via egg moves, but we know it doesn't know them because it never uses them in battle. Even if it had perfect IVs, this battle would not be possible to win. And that's not even the worst part. When you beat her, she says, "I'm collecting lots of gym badges. They're so sparkly and pretty." Huh? How many badges do you have? Fang and Sinnoh, but at the end of the game this time, there is a hiker on Route 226 who wants to trade you a Magikarp for a Finneon. And while on the surface this trade seems heartless, this trade can cause irreversible damage to your save file. His name is Meister and lives on a very small island. If you were to travel to his house with only a Finneon, another Pokemon who can't learn Surf, Fly, or Teleport, 4 open party slots, and no fishing rods, once you have made this trade for the Magikarp, you are stuck on his island forever. There is no escape. Magikarp can't learn Surf until evolving into Gyarados, and with no way of encountering any Pokemon without fishing rods, Magikarp can't level up and evolve to learn Surf. We can't lose the wild battle and get teleported to the Pokemon Center either because once again, we cannot start any encounters. Stop running around in denial and face it. You have been kidnapped by this hiker and he has your only way of escaping, the Finneon you traded him, but good luck getting it back. You might as well get used to your new life. In Pokemon X and Y, there is an old man in Anastar City whose wife passed away and becomes quite lonely. If you visit his house, he'll ask you to give him something cuddly, level 5 or lower, for him to raise and cheer him up. And how can you say no to that nice old face? You can go back and visit him if you want to check on the Pokemon you lent him. He'll tell you that he feels younger than ever, but knows that the Pokemon you lent is your pal and understands if you want it back. After becoming champion, when you go back to his house, the man is gone, but there's a Pokeball in the middle of the floor with a note attached to it and your Mon inside. The note seems to imply that he died happily with the Pokemon you lent him by his side, and is extremely grateful towards you for giving him the Pokemon in his last few days. You get a Comet Shard and get to take back the Pokemon, and on top of that, the Pokemon will have maxed out friendship. This has to be one of the best side stories in the franchise, and I hope this man comes back in Legends ZA. In the Gen 3 remakes, if you go to the second floor of the apartment building just to the north of the Pokemon Center in Rustboro City, there will be an Ace Trainer that gives you a Float Stone, which halves the weight of the Pokemon holding the item. If you leave the room and then come back, you will see the Ace Trainer model has been replaced with a hiker who has gained a lot of weight. If you talk to him, all he says is, "I've been putting on some weight recently." Since he gave you the stones, his weight doubled, which is pretty funny. But the more you think about it, if humans could hold items like the Float Stone and reap the benefits, what else can we hold? Can I hold a Mega Stone to evolve? Can I hold the Amulet Coin and become rich? Can I wear this scarf and break Usain Bolt's world record? I have so many questions. Diamond and Pearl introduced a new area called Amity Square, which is a park in Hearthome City where you can walk around with your Pokemon and talk to them to check their moods. Only certain small Pokemon can be taken for walks in Amity Square. Once inside, they'll fetch berries, accessories, or stickers for you after a certain number of steps. But there is a black belt trainer who isn't allowed inside, and when you ask him why, he says, "I'm appalled. They'll refuse entry to my Pokemon. Oh, my poor Gyarados and Steelix, this is discrimination."
You what?
They can't do that. Both Gyarados and Steelix are adorable and no one can tell me otherwise. We need to help this man and get him entrance to the square, and I know just how to do it. Alright everyone, we need to band together to fix this. Let's all meet up at Amity Square to protest this. I'll post more details about it on my Twitter at JustinianYT. So don't miss it. There's a Team Rocket Grunt in Heart Gold and Soul Silver that you encounter during the Kanto portion of the game, and when you do the quest to get the missing piece from the generator at the power plant, the Team Rocket Grunt who stole it doesn't realize that Team Rocket disbanded again in Johto. When you tell him this, he says he's going back to his home country to start Team Rocket again. Well, where is his home country? Well, in Black and White, if you go to Icarus City in the winter, you'll gain access to a house where a man lives with his wife and son. He says that while he planned to revive Team Rocket soon after returning home, he fell in love and then got married and started a family. His wife gives away a Rage Candy Bar and says that the Rage Candy Bars bring the family together, like his old teammates from his job. This is a really neat piece of continuity in the franchise and a very cool way to showcase the game's season's gimmick. And finally, in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, there is a very well hidden trainer under the game's cycling road named Psychic Jacklyn. And when I say well hidden, I mean well hidden. I'll give you 5 seconds to find her. Well, if you guessed under the cycling road and surrounded by trees, you would be correct. Her only team member is a level 16 Abra, which will be significant later on. On the surface, she doesn't seem very special, but what makes her special is that you can battle her in Fire Red and Leaf Green on the Sevi Islands. On Island 6 near the Green Path, she's on an island and has a totally revamped team, now having her evolved Kadabra along with a Natsu and Slowbro, which is pretty cool. However, her dialogue is what makes her even more interesting. Huh? I envisioned my house, but teleport always brings me here. Did her Abra teleport her from Hoenn to the Sevi Islands? Well, that's one way to avoid airport security. This is such an odd little Easter egg that Game Freak decided to throw into the Gen 1 remakes, and I love it. This was so fun to make, exploring the hidden stories of NPCs, and I'm thinking about doing a sequel to this. So what are your favorite Pokemon NPCs? Tell me in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.